I'm
All
already
right, so
recorded.
what's the deal?
So,
Oh, you are. Oh, we're
well,
live.
hey, I can always edit it out, whatever. Essentially, I just want this to be like a chill conversation, kind of getting to know
Yeah,
one another, but most of the spotlight's going to be on you because I think you're a really interesting dude, got a lot to share, and you got a lot that you could teach people, and you're passionate about it. So, yeah,
I try.
let me introduce you real quick. For those that don't know, I doubt there are many people that don't know who you are, except for maybe my mother who's watching. But this is Kevin Nanns or Adjacent Node, folks. He is the
Hmm.
big daddy of networking on IG, TikTok, YouTube, etc. He's a network
I wouldn't go
architect,
that far, but
family man, and just the overall chill
trying.
dude. Um, so yeah, Kev, the floor is yours. Maybe give people a little intro about yourself.
Yeah, so I've been in IT for about 15 years or so. My first real networking job was at a knock, and I started that job when I was in my early 30s. And I had career changed. I went to college for IT, but like had no idea what I actually wanted to do in IT. I hated pretty much everything that I tried and all of my classes. I didn't like it at all. So I went into teaching. My parents were teachers. My brother's a teacher. Like at the time, my girlfriend was going into teaching. So like I was just going to be a teacher. That's what I knew. So I did that for the first 4 years or so, and it wasn't until I got into more of the techie stuff that I really found my passion in networking and decided to break off into getting a job, like a full-time networking job in the knock. And yeah, from there I got my CCNA and just worked really hard to. I knew I had my goal, like I wanted to become a network engineer. Didn't
Yeah.
really know what that job entailed, but like I
Yeah.
knew I liked networking, and I knew like networking engineering was like, I don't know, the thing that you should do if you know
Right.
networking.
Right.
Like I didn't
Right.
know anything about other jobs. Like I had no
Yeah.
idea about anything
Okay.
else.
That's good. It
But
probably
like
helped
network
you.
engineering,
Probably help you
yeah, I
laser
mean,
focus on it.
exactly.
Yeah.
It ended up being a good thing, but so I was very single-minded. Got my CCNA, got promoted into the network engineer at the ISP that I worked at,
Hmm.
and ended up hating that job because
Oh,
I was a
really?
low man on the totem pole,
Hmm.
and at an ISP, it's shift work. It's
Okay.
because it's 24/7.
Oh, yeah,
So
sure.
low man on the totem pole, shift work. I got the 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. shift. Like it
Oh,
was terrible.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No good.
And
No
yeah,
good.
overnights, and I
Yeah.
had a 2 year old and a newborn when this happened,
Oh,
and
man.
so my wife at the time was like gonna kill me because I was
Yeah.
never home when the kids were awake and all that stuff.
Sure.
So like it was just it was bad. So I actually left there and took a demotion to a network admin job at a
Okay.
university. And that was the best thing that could have ever happened to me
Really?
because I got hands on with equipment.
There you go.
Before that, at
Sure.
an ISP, everything is remote.
Oh,
Everything
really?
is remote because
Okay.
you're at one location and we service the entire, US.
Right.
I was in Florida. I'm in Florida now. And
Hmm.
we service, Bakersfield, California and Alabama and like Denver, Colorado, all these places. So I never actually was on site anywhere. It's all remote.
Right.
And working at a local university here, I was able to, unbox switches, rack them in, actually like configure them through the console, like that kind of stuff that I had never done before. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, this is actual networking.
Oh,
This is the
so
shit that I like.
So is this, I'm guessing that this completely changed the game for you then, man, right? It sounds
Yeah,
like you
100%.
finally got an insight on to what you actually fuck with, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
exactly.
correct? Okay.
Yeah, like especially like because the CCNA and the networking stuff that I was interested in
Hmm.
learning, I
Yeah.
didn't use any of that at the ISP.
Right.
None of it.
Hmm.
So like all the stuff that I was interested in, I wasn't actually doing. And it wasn't until I was at the university doing a local campus network,
Oh, yeah.
like almost a demotion. I was making less money even at this
Yeah.
place.
Hmm.
And that's where I found my passion. I was like, okay, this I know
Okay.
now. This is what I want to
Okay.
do. And it was best decision ever.
Okay. So,
Yeah, and from there I got promoted again, engineering. And then I got to a point where I wanted more money, and I left the university
hmm.
and got an engineering job where I'm currently at, and then just got recently got promoted.
Oh,
So it's been
wow.
like a
Holy cow.
every 3 or 4 years I've
Yeah.
gotten a promotion or moved jobs.
Okay.
So it's been a wild ride.
All right. Well, thank you for that lengthy intro, sir. Hopefully that gives the people a background about who
Yeah.
you are. I know I didn't want to poke you too much about that, but let's
Well,
see.
that's
So
my
I'm really
15-minute elevator speech.
yeah, hell yeah. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. So there's a lot I kind of want to ask you about in that sort of
Mhm.
that realm. So I know you mentioned you come from an untraditional background in tech. You were a teacher. I just am
Mhm.
curious, what did you teach?
So it was at first I was an elementary school teacher.
Okay.
I got the first job I could take, which elementary school, and I was
Okay.
in charge of the computer lab. So I had an
Oh,
IT
oh,
degree.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I taught like mostly from third grade, fourth grade, and fifth grade how to use like Microsoft Excel,
No
how to
way.
open up PowerPoint, and like
Okay.
just basic keyboarding skills, that kind of stuff.
Oh, sweet.
I worked
Yeah.
there for a few years, and then my position got cut because they were cutting technology in the elementaries. So I
Uh-huh.
went to high school
Yeah.
and did basically the same thing, but just more advanced for high school kids. So it was like business technology, that kind of stuff.
That's awesome. So it's always been a little tech, huh? You always been
Yeah, I
teaching a
mean,
bit of
that's
tech.
yeah, it's kind of hard to escape from when you have an IT degree.
Yeah.
Like that's it's the easiest thing to fall back on is what your
True.
degree is in.
True.
And technically, I was also certified to teach history because that was another like side passion of mine was history and like
Ooh.
I could never convince my APC, the AP of curriculum, to allow me to have some history preps
Yeah.
because it's like they're dime a dozen. Like
Sure.
there's a million history teachers out there, but
Hmm.
there weren't a lot of technology teachers. And so
Oh,
I was
really?
always
Okay.
pigeonholed into being a tech person.
Okay.
So it was okay.
Okay. I gotcha. Well, stemming off of that, recently I know you posted something about talking about how you when you were getting into your networking role, or maybe after the teaching role, when you're getting into it,
Hmm.
how you felt that it wasn't for you because you felt like you couldn't understand it and you felt sort of, I don't know, I don't want to say too dumb, but it seemed like it wasn't for you
I felt
because,
dumb.
okay, felt like it wasn't for you because you couldn't understand it. So I would like to get sort of your opinion on that and what you would tell people who you think are in the same boat as you are now, who maybe want to break into tech or want to learn something more advanced in technology, but feel on the edge of quitting because they think it's too hard or it's not for them.
Yeah, so when I got my knock job, I had come from, teaching out of school, only knowing really small networks. And my first day, I was given these giant like printouts of the network. And they
Hmm.
look like giant network diagrams with a bunch of colors, fiber connections, routers, labels, all like it's like a
Yeah.
road map, like those old
Yeah,
style road
sure.
maps that you pull out and it
Yeah.
just keeps going.
Oh
That's what the
yeah.
network map was. And I
Oh,
was like,
no
oh my God, I
way.
have to memorize this. They're like, yeah, like you have
Yeah.
to know that. I'm like,
Oh man.
there's no possible way I'll do
Right,
that. There's
right, right.
impossible. There
Yeah.
was all these kind of like voice devices and cable devices because the knock at the ISP, we were a cable company. We provided phone service. We provided internet.
Oh,
Like it
oh,
was,
sorry,
so it
side
was
tangent.
multifaceted.
Side
Yeah.
tangent. I also worked at a knock, but it was like it was for small businesses, and I
Hmm.
hated phones so much. They
Oh yeah,
always just
they're the worst.
messy, messy, messy,
It's
messy.
like printers are the worst, and then right below that is all the
Oh
telephony
yeah,
stuff. I
oh
hate it.
yeah. All right. Back on the wagon. Sorry to cut you off.
But so they handed me all this documentation and it was like, okay, learn this. And
Hmm.
that's where I was like, crap, I made a mistake. Like, there's no way this is way above my head. Like, I
Yeah.
was just like, at that time, I knew with the internet, like you plug into a wall
Hmm.
and then you go to the internet. That's pretty much all I knew. Like
Oh, for real?
after that,
Oh,
yeah, like I was learning the CCNA, but like
yeah.
I didn't have any hands-on experience. I
Right.
had I had no idea what any of this stuff actually was.
Right.
So I was like, oh crap, I made a mistake. And luckily, my friend who got me the job was at the time my lead on the team.
Hmm.
And he kind of calmed me down. Was like, hey, just chill out, like,
Yeah.
take it a piece at a time. And I decided to stick it out. I try it. And what I
Hmm.
did was I focused on what I could control, the things that I could grasp. I
Yeah.
made sure that I was really knowledgeable about that stuff or really good at that stuff.
Okay.
So the easiest thing was like customer service, right?
Yep. Sure.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, like technology wise, but
Yeah.
at least I know how to like I can really hone in on my customer service. If I take a phone
Hmm.
call, make sure that I give really good customer service to that person.
Yep.
And like, that could be the thing that like keeps me employed
Yep.
while
Yep.
I
No.
continue to learn the tech stuff, you know?
Sorry, I gotta
And
relate to you for a sec because
yeah.
at my first job it was like an MSP knock job. So
Mhm.
I was getting thrown into the fire freaking every day, but I was great on them phones. I would be like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no problem. Like, yeah, we'll help you get this solved." As I'm typing a Teams chat to my lead or something like, "How do I solve this right now? Please give me a
Yeah.
PowerShell command or something of that nature." But yeah,
Yeah.
if you
Like
people, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
no, keep going.
Okay, what I was gonna say is that this is why I keep preaching about people skills in tech is that
Mhm.
if you are somehow able to break in and you don't really know what the hell you're doing at all, you can get pretty far by just like being good to people and like being nice to work with and providing good customer support. I think that's a huge part that people always overlook. They think they hyperfixate on something like the Security Plus or Active Directory, Net Plus, whatever, when in reality,
Mhm.
most of it, at least when you're early on in your career, is you going to be just essentially helping people over the phone.
Yeah, I mean, IT is a service job. Like
Hmm.
we are providing a service. We are customer service, no matter what level you're at. Like even as
Yeah.
an architect, where
Hmm.
I'm getting solutions and stuff, I have to always think about the customer experience. How are
Correct.
my decisions and what we're doing going to affect the users in
Hmm.
every aspect of what I'm doing?
Yeah.
And that doesn't change, like no matter what. So my advice to someone who's feeling overwhelmed or doesn't know that tech is for them and they're in that is to focus on the stuff that you can control
Hmm.
and hone in on that. Get really good at customer service, get really good at talking to people.
Hmm.
And at the worst case scenario, just be honest. I had a video I posted a little while ago about like
Hmm.
that the most powerful words are I don't know.
Oh
And
yeah.
just
Hmm.
being honest with the customer, whomever is trying to get information from you, be like,
Yeah.
I really don't know. I'm kind of new at this or whatever,
Yeah.
but let me find out. I want to make sure I give you the right information. And,
Yeah.
just being honest with them and
Hmm.
letting them, like, I don't know, be real
Yeah.
saves you so much headaches
Oh
and so
yeah.
much time.
Yep.
Instead of trying to BS your way through it.
Yeah.
Never
Because
try to
people can
BS.
smell it. People can smell it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Especially if you're in like an interview or you're like you need help from someone on your team or something. Don't try to be
Hmm.
like this like the know-it-all guy like I think it might be this or check the DNS
Hmm.
for blah blah blah. Just be honest. Say, I don't know, but if you give me some time, give me some resources, I could probably figure it out within, an hour or something. Get back to you later.
Hmm. Yeah, and you're I've never had an IT job where I've been isolated completely by myself.
Right.
I know those things exist,
Hmm.
but if you're new to IT, I would definitely recommend trying to find a job that you're on a team
Oh yeah.
and that the
Big
team is
time.
there to support you because you will
Yeah.
learn the most from your coworkers.
Absolutely. I would be nowhere if I didn't have awesome coworkers bringing me up the whole way.
Hmm.
Because now I'm in kind of a spot where I'm kind of a one-man army, but I have like an engineer type of dude. He runs his own MSP a little above me and I work for a
Hmm.
small imaging company. And I can usually take care of most things, but for things like firewall or like some of the more complex network issues, I can always lean on him for some
Hmm.
advice. And it's just like knowing you always got someone like that you can bounce off of is such a relieving feeling. So
Hmm.
yeah, if you can find a job that, is just like a one-man show, it could be really good for growth, but if you don't got the experience, I would really push people to try and get something when you are on a team. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like I can't imagine starting over if I was starting over being the only person, only
Oh,
tech person in the
no.
place.
Nah.
Like Eh, and you can figure solutions out,
Yeah.
but they may not be the best solutions. So you
Yep.
start learning bad habits.
Hmm.
You start like, if I was to cable something up and I had never done it before and there's nowhere there to show me,
Yeah.
I would make it work.
Yeah.
But is it the actual like right way of doing it, or is that the
Hmm.
most, the best way? I'll
Oh
never
yeah.
know because I
Yep.
don't have anyone
Exactly.
to help me. And
Exactly.
so that's like
Exactly.
when you're first learning,
Hmm.
having that that group mentality of like there to help you. And even if you are by yourself, I recommend like being part of like a group, then a club or like a tech meetup,
Oh yeah.
something that you can have some type of that community behind you to
Yeah,
help you
or
out.
even
Because
on
man,
even
being by
things like
yourself, oof.
Discords or like anything
Yeah.
online as well. Because let me ask you
Hmm.
this. In your opinion, do you think you're able to get as much like good experience as you are on the job compared to, let's say, like a home lab or something like that?
You see a lot more on the job
Okay.
where, the home lab is limited to what you know because
Right.
you're in control of your own home lab, right? So
Hmm.
you have your own projects, you have all the stuff that you're doing, and yeah, you can go online and be like, what's a good home lab project? But you
Yeah.
only know what you know.
Right.
Whereas in a job environment, you're gonna see a crap ton more stuff, and you'll find weird issues that you would never
Yep.
even thought of to try out in your
Hmm.
home lab. So you get
Absolutely.
exposed to a lot more, but you may not be as in depth in your job because at the home lab, you're able to configure it, you're able to break it, you're able to like,
Yeah.
go willy-nilly on the home lab. Whereas on the
Yeah.
enterprise network, you have to be more careful.
Yeah.
You
You
can't
can't
just go
break
in there
things.
cowboy and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you see more, but in less depth.
Right.
So
Okay.
I don't think home labs are as valuable as being on the job,
Yep.
but it's pretty darn close. Like it's
Hmm.
still, I recommend having a home lab. I interview, I'm in the process of interviewing network engineers right now
Oh,
for
really? Okay.
role, a senior role, and they still, majority of people I'm interviewing have home labs still.
Hmm.
They've been in the job for 10, 15
Oh,
years,
yeah.
they're seniors, and they still have stuff they mess around with because it's something that like, I don't know, it's a really good growth tactic to
Hmm.
always be, what's that? Twiddling, not twiddling, twinkling,
Tinkering.
no,
Tinkering.
uh,
Tink
tinkering. Thank
yeah.
you. I knew it was a T
Yeah, no
word.
problem. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Don't worry, I'm locked up. We're on the same level. All right, cool. Yeah. So I think that's interesting you say that. And you said something that makes me a little curious. So if you're interviewing
Hmm.
folks right now for network engineering roles, what are some of the things you're looking for in folks? Like,
Uh,
what are you, I guess for your role specifically, like what are
mhm.
some of the soft skills that you look for, and I guess some of the more technical stuff that separates maybe a network engineer from a senior level network engineer.
Yeah. So technical depth of not just knowing what things are,
Yeah,
but being able to talk about them in a way that they have experienced them.
sure.
So I think that's the big differentiator is like if I ask someone what OSPF is or like tell me about your experience with OSPF and they go OSPF is a open source path first
Hmm.
routing protocol that is non-proprietary, but they give me the definition. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, but like what's your experience?
right.
And I'm looking for like, oh yeah, I configured up several networks with OSPF and
Hmm.
I was able to redistribute it into BGP. And like, I want to hear their experience. And the
Right.
more in depth they go, and the more granular they go, it tells
Hmm.
me the more uh, experienced they are and the more knowledgeable they are.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't need someone to go super like I'm not looking for necessarily a superstar CCIE amazing person,
Yeah,
but I want to just have that person be able to have a conversation with me about the technology
gotcha.
because I'm trying to also get the personality in every single question.
Right.
And if you just give me, robotic definitions and just like
Okay.
blah blah
Like,
blah,
like you're
like
reading
that
Claude
doesn't
on the
tell me
side or
anything.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which we've had a couple of people do
No
that, like
way.
literally, like
I can't
yeah,
believe
like
people
I asked
actually
them.
do it.
I asked them like, what's your experience? What does your current environment look like? And they'll wait a couple of seconds, and then I'm like, a current and enterprise environment
No.
looks like blah blah, blah. And it's like literally the definition of an enterprise
Oh,
like
come
environment instead
on.
of telling
Come
me they're
on.
I'm like it's not even close. Like you're not even trying at that point.
No.
But it's a whole different tangent. It's a whole
Yeah, sure,
different
sure.
conversation.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally.
Um, but yeah, so if someone's interviewing and they're looking for interview advice, I always tell them to like go as in depth personally as you can on what you're talking about, but
Hmm.
also talk about like your personality. Like I really enjoyed configure. Like give me
Yeah.
some kind of. like personality, some kind of likes, dislikes,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff in your answer too, so I can get a
Hmm.
gauge of,
Yeah.
is this something that you're actually interested in? Is this
Yeah.
something that excites you?
Hmm.
Is this something that you're going to be teachable?
Yeah.
So even if you don't know, be
Hmm.
like, I don't have any experience with OSPF, but I do have experience with EIGRP, and I've configured multiple networks, the EIGRP, blah blah blah. That tells me that like it's all syntax, right? Like
Yeah.
if you can learn routing, the
Hmm.
logic there is all the same.
Right.
And so like just don't say, "Oh, I've never done OSPF. I have no idea."
Right. Okay.
And
I
then
get you.
that doesn't help me. So
Right. I got you. Ooh,
hope that makes sense. I kind of
yeah.
kind of
Oh yeah.
rambled there,
No, that's
but
great. No, I know a bunch of people that would watch what you just said and be like, "Holy shit, that's great advice straight from the big man." So that's good stuff, dude. I love the rambles. It shows that you're passionate about it.
that's
So
the hardest part of making social media content is like my
oh,
I
I know.
innately ramble.
Oh yeah, me
Like
too.
I
Me too.
cannot do like a 1 minute video. I have to do it like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I have to edit it down and like be like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
repeating myself here. Cut this, do because I'm
Yeah.
a rambler. I like just to gab. I don't
No,
know,
I got
yabber.
you. I got you. I'm the same way. But I wanted to kind of go back to the entry level sort of thing and when you finally found
Hmm.
networking.
Yeah.
So what about that? I think you mentioned that when you got your job at the university and you started getting to play around with hands-on things, that stuff really started to sort of
Hmm.
click and made you really interested in it. So, um, why is that the case? And what could your story sort of help other people who are struggling with the same thing, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think what really did it for me was I could see the results of my work.
Right.
A lot of times the technology, like you design these things, you create these things, and it's all remote, it's all terminals on the screen, or it's all
Hmm.
whatever. You don't actually see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why, like, if you
100%.
design websites, that's what I first started going to college for, designing websites. I
Yeah.
could do the code, and
Hmm.
then I can look at the page, and that's what I made. I
Yeah.
made this thing, and
Hmm.
you get that like
Yeah. That
immediate thing.
dopamine. Yeah.
And Zach,
Yeah.
you have this like, oh, I made that. And
Hmm.
at the ISP, I was doing network engineering, but it was all remote, and I never got that satisfaction of what I was actually creating. It was all
Sure.
just a terminal.
Yeah.
And when I went to the
Totally.
university, like I installed switches in new dorm buildings, and I cabled stuff up. And like at the end of the day, it was like that dorm right there has internet because of me. Like
Right.
all
Hell
of
yeah.
that
Yeah.
stuff
Sure.
is me. Though those APs, like I see the kids on their laptops doing their homework, or
Hmm.
on Reddit or whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Like I can see like that's me. And even today, when I'm driving by a building that I had, I did the network for, I'll like go to my kids and be like, "Hey, see that building over there? I did the internet in that building."
Oh yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
like it's been now like 15 years, 10 years since
Yeah.
I've been there,
Oh
but like
yeah.
it's still I still have that pride
Yeah.
that like,
100%.
I did that.
Yeah.
And
I
so
was.
that's what made it real for me.
Mhm. I was gonna. Sorry, I keep butting in. I keep relating to what you're saying. Like saying when I
Yeah.
was working at the MSP knock, we would have on-site days where I would go to whatever. Like we managed like over 100 companies, and so I'd get to explore a bit. And so like if I'm ever out in the cities or something, and I'm out with friends, be like, yeah, I installed an AP there, or I set up a few workstations there. Just like I don't know, it's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I recommend people get into field work, man. It's just so there's something
Mhm.
about just like getting out of the office and like meeting people and doing hands-on work in front of you that is just so satisfying, I think. And it really makes
Mhm.
you learn better, I think, as well.
Now I have a question for you
Yeah.
because this is my impression, and you're younger than me, right? You're
Hmm.
like 20 years younger than me.
How old are you?
Do you think I'm 41?
Okay, I'm 26.
Okay, so I was
Yeah,
close,
no,
like
yeah,
15
okay,
years.
okay, yeah,
Math,
yeah.
math is hard. I don't know. I
15-ish.
mean,
Yeah,
I
something
only
like
know
that.
binary. I can only sub that. It's only math
Okay,
I
yeah.
know how to sub.
Tell me the subnet of ages or something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Um, so a question for you. Do you
Hmm.
think the younger generation now, they're too reliant or too desiring of remote jobs?
Yes, totally. I mean, I
And you
was
think
the
that's going
same.
to hurt them?
Yeah. I mean, so I'll put it to you this way. When I first was breaking into the field, I really wanted a remote
Mhm.
job, but looking back on it, if I would have gotten a remote job right away, I probably would have been fired within like 2 weeks. Like I say it's super important that you at least work in office for like a year at least somewhere just so you can like build basic like working etiquette if that makes sense. Because I
Yeah.
like if I just went to straight remote work, dude, I would have been playing video games all day or like just fucking off
Yeah.
completely. And I don't know. I think you just, especially as a new person to the field, I think you just learn so much more when you are sort of forced to eat shit and be around peers that are um, teaching you consistently and whatnot.
Mhm.
Granted, not to
Yeah.
say that remote work is bad and like that everyone wouldn't be able to do it, but at least from my opinion, yeah, you should spend a have a commute, have know how bad it is to be in office, and then
Yeah.
get that remote job so you can be like, holy crap, this is actually the best thing of all time. Yeah,
Not take it for granted and
yeah,
not be like,
exactly.
you still got to work your ass off, even if you're
Yeah,
remote, so that you
yeah,
don't have to go back to being in,
hmm
in office.
yeah, exactly.
But
Because
yeah,
okay, yeah, go ahead.
I say I get a lot of DMs and a lot of like comments from people, like especially when I talk about hiring. They're like, "Okay, is it
Yeah,
remote? Is it remote? Is it remote?" I'm like, "No, it's not." Like,
yeah,
number one, networking in itself, unless you
hmm
get higher up, it's not going to be remote because you have that physical part of it. Like, you
hmm
have to eventually rack switches or go into a
totally.
site and reboot something manually.
hmm
Um, but every like it feels like every younger person wants remote, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I get why. I get
hmm
you want to stay home, like have the
yeah,
freedom, but man, I think you're doing yourself a disservice by only going for a remote or only looking for a
yeah.
remote because it's I don't know. I like you said, I would have probably when I was starting out, I would have been playing video games
Oh
and
yeah.
just goofing
Yep.
off and like have my
Yep.
laptop next to me, be like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yep.
Because I wasn't mature enough. I didn't have
Yep.
the
Exactly.
knowledge base yet.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know. I think remote work is a privilege, right? It's not like, I don't think it should be something you like just get willy-nilly. It should be something that like, hey, if you're a stud and you're like, I've proved that, or you've proven that you're able to take care of business and you want to stay home for a few days a week or something, that's fine.
Mhm.
But some people just, I don't know, they just be like, they don't do anything. Like I've had coworkers fresh out of college who join up and I call them or something. I need them to do something, and like I check on Discord, and dude is playing a fucking Xbox game or something. I'm just like, all right, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Like, I get it. Like, not everything is supposed to be about work and whatever, but
Mhm.
you got to be a little on point at least.
Yeah. I mean, at least have your stuff open and work. Like, like
Yeah,
I
exactly.
get dual, like everyone who works from home has that moment of, folding laundry or
Oh
like cooking
yeah,
lunch while you're
that's
working.
fine. That's
Like
fine.
everyone does
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. But you have to at least have the laptop open and be like working, you can't just
Yes,
be like
yes,
playing
yes.
games and not doing anything at
Yeah.
all.
Or like what I would do sometimes is like I would spend like the first like 4 hours of the day or something just completely dialed, taking care of
Mhm.
like my priority tickets, whatnot. Go on lunch, come back. Then, since all the major work is taken care of, I'm available. I'm online. I maybe do one or two other smaller tickets, but then I'm kind of goofing off. I'll go on my phone. I'll
Yeah.
maybe study. I'll maybe, call a friend or something. But at least I get the
Yeah.
work done, right? That's most
hmm
important
Oh yeah.
when you're with remote work.
100%. And no one works the entire time. Even if you're in
No,
office, there's
no, no,
still
no, no, no.
man, how many times I'd be working on something and like in the zone, my coworker will come over and just talk to me about their kids for like an hour. Like that,
Yeah, yeah, oh
so
yeah,
even when you're in the office, you're
yeah,
not
oh
working
yeah.
the entire
No,
time.
not at all, not
So
at
like
all.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got you. But yeah, you gotta, if you're new to the field, like we were saying, definitely take the office job. Look for non-remote roles so you actually learn something, please. You learn some structure and maturity, like Kevin said. All right. Let's see here. So, I don't know if I asked you this already, but I guess why did you choose networking again? Like what about being hands-on and like, seeing it really made you love it? Or was it just that?
No, I think it was the physicality of it.
Yeah.
So when I was a teacher, I was
Mhm.
the only like tech forward person in the entire school,
Yeah.
and I worked in a computer lab, and we had issues where during our largest class, I think it was like fifth period, the computer lab would like just the internet would suck. Like it was just
Oh,
everyone
really?
was lagging, kids couldn't get online, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. And
Hmm.
so finally, like they had me spend a couple hours troubleshooting the network. And so I went underneath the desks and like I was again, like had no idea. You plug a cable in the wall and the internet works. I don't know
Yeah,
what the
right.
devices are.
Yeah.
So I started tracing cables out and then it went to like this little box, this little Netgear. I didn't know what it was at the time, but it was a little box. And
Hmm.
then I traced all those cables out, and there was most of them went to PCs, but there was another cable that then went to another box, and
Hmm.
then that cable went to another box, and it ended up happening. There was a daisy chain of
I
hubs,
was just about to
and
say.
so
Yeah.
during the largest class, it was like 30 kids all on these hubs
Oh, too
together.
much.
There's a
Yeah.
crap ton of collisions.
Yeah.
There's too many,
Hmm.
there's a ton of collisions. So, but I had no idea what any of this was. So I did some research and started like, okay, I literally took one of those boxes back to my desk and Googled like Netgear 1050 or whatever it was. And told me it was a network hub and blah, blah. And I was like, okay, what the hell is that? So
Yeah.
then I had to go through like, what is a hub? And I started learning about like these things called collision domains, and I was like, "What the hell does all this stuff mean?" But it was
Yeah.
cool that like I could then take this hub and do some research and figure out I needed a switch instead,
Hmm.
buy some Netgear switches instead, plug those in, and it fixed.
Right.
And
Hell
so I
yeah.
got that like satisfaction of like taking this
Oh
physical thing,
yeah. Yep.
swapping it out, and seeing the production. Like this thing got fixed. The lab works now. And
Okay.
so it kind of scratched that itch of like I
Yeah.
can do this thing and it wasn't just like fixing someone's email or Word
Hmm.
document or helping them with I don't know the software stuff. Software is not as tangible to me.
Sure.
But
Yeah, no, not at
these
all.
boxes, these physical devices, these cabling, this lab that I was able to fix was more satisfying to me. So
Right.
that's where like I got that scratch or itch got
Yeah,
scratched
heck yeah.
of where like, oh, this thing is cool. This is the thing I
Okay.
actually want to do. Yeah.
That's sweet, man.
But it took that like that impetus, that thing. If that had never broken, if that had never been an issue, I
Yeah, that's
would
how
probably not
adjacent
have
node
ever
was
been a network
born.
engineer. Yeah, like literally, that's my
Hell
origin
yeah.
story. Like, it's insane. These
Yeah.
small little things that you encounter in your life
Yeah.
can completely change the trajectory of your life.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
yeah, that one afternoon changed my entire life.
Dang, that's some clickbait right there. No, I'm kidding. But that's really cool, man. I think you're like inspiring me to go try like some hands-on networking straight up. That sounds super cool. I've had very limited experience with it, but yeah, I might have to start playing around.
It's
I have to
it's fun.
start. Yeah, it seems
It's fun.
sweet.
I like if you like puzzles, if you like
Hmm.
troubleshooting and like it to me, I don't know, network I actually just did a video today. I'm gonna post it when this podcast is over. Like a
Ooh.
love letter to the internet.
Oh, really?
Literally like a love letter. Like I love this stuff and I think it's
Hmm.
super cool that we have
Yeah.
this interconnected like, where my house connects to an ISP, which peers with another ISP,
Hmm.
and they just trust each other. They
Yeah.
literally just go, "Hey, we're an ISP. You're an ISP. We're gonna plug each
Yep.
other in and be like, okay, our stuff's gonna connect." Exactly. And then
Yep.
they connect to another ISP, they connect to another ISP, and then they connect to a university, and they connect to a server. And that's
Yeah.
how you get homework from your server to your house. And
Yep.
like all of this is mind blowing. And that's just the logical part. The physical part is like cables, you're having
Hmm.
aerial fiber, you have underground fiber, you have routers
Yeah.
and switches and copper
Oh, yeah.
cables. And like, it, dude,
It's
stuff
magic.
is
It's magic.
crazy.
Yeah. It's like
It's
saying it
magic.
straight up
But the
seems
thing
like it's
is, you can do the
aliens.
magic.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
But
do
that's
the
the thing is once
magic.
you
Yeah.
start doing the note, you
Yeah.
can do the magic. Like
Oh.
my kids thing is funny. Like they're like, "What do you do?" And I do the internet. Like
Yeah.
and they think that I
I do
control
the
the entire internet. Like,
Yeah, totally.
but like, so
Yeah.
my son will be like we'll have at a random restaurant, and he'll be like,
Yeah.
"The internet isn't working. Can you fix it?" I'm like, "No, we're
Okay.
like at
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese. I can't do anything about the Wi-Fi here. I'm sorry."
Right. I mean,
But
you
they
could
had that mentality
if you
of,
had the time,
I,
you could bring
technically, if I had the access,
AP
then
is
I can go to this brick
AP's
and
kind of
mortar.
fucked up, Chucky. Come on, you gotta fix that shit. Yeah. No,
But
no,
yeah,
that's sweet.
that's where I think it's cool, and I think more people need to like. I feel Alexis, my kind of coworker of social media,
Yeah,
and I a few years ago started doing this like this make networking cool again because networking turned into utility, especially
sure.
the younger kids,
Yeah,
and they have their iPad. They're born basically with an iPad now, and they're so used to having fast internet,
access all
Wi-Fi
the
all
time.
the time.
Yeah. Hmm.
All like my I have a 7 year old, and literally if he's on Roblox, and if like his Roblox lags a little bit, he's like, oh come on, or slamming his iPad. Like exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't you realize you are connected on an iPad to wireless, which
Mhm.
wireless is freaking magic. That is
Yep.
freaking cool. You have wireless internet, and
Yep.
that internet is going almost at the speed of light
Hmm.
down through our house, down under the ground to the ISP, to the Roblox server, which is probably in China somewhere. So you're using underground, undersea cables, like all that in a millisecond, and you're
Yeah.
complaining that it's taking a few extra seconds.
Oh yeah.
So
When you put it that
that's where
way,
like
that better shut him
it's
up.
so
That
freaking
better.
cool.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
he
for
does,
sure. Well,
he's
yeah,
a
I
kid.
know.
He doesn't
He's
listen,
playing Roblox. He
but the
don't care.
stuff is freaking cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Stuff is freaking cool. So that's
Absolutely.
like my social media stuff. I'm trying to show people that networking isn't boring, that it isn't
Hmm.
just like, I don't know, subnetting and
Yeah.
routers are just like
Yeah.
IP schemes, blah, blah, blah. The
Yeah.
stuff is really freaking cool if you zoom
Hmm.
out and just look
Oh
at the
yeah.
technology around it.
A hundred
So
percent.
that's
Well,
my mission,
perfect.
my
Yeah,
mission in life.
perfect segue. Perfect segue, man. I was gonna ask you. So when I asked you initially on Instagram, what sort of you were most passionate about, or maybe it's something else, but what you answered was just making tech education accessible for anyone, really.
Mhm.
So I sort of
Yep.
want to dive into sort of why that is your mission. Maybe some of the most fun parts of that mission. And just, yeah, just I want to hear you be passionate about your passion.
Yeah. So at my heart, I'm a teacher. Like
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm never going to escape that. And
Sure.
so this has allowed me to teach online. And one of the things that really upsets me about technology is that we are a privileged, typically a privileged person is in
Hmm.
tech. We are typically white dudes. Let's be
Yep.
honest. Like
Hmm.
the vast majority of tech people are white dudes. And that comes with privilege of like growing up around technology and having
Yeah,
the
totally.
access to technology. All this like all these privileged stuff. And
Hmm.
so I think the cool part of social media, free social media, where it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, is
Hmm.
that I can give education and I can give real world experiences and everything I learned in my time
Hmm.
to anyone.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't matter if
Oh,
you're,
that's
a
beautiful,
high
man.
school kid who just has a phone,
Yeah.
or if you're in college and you're trying to get a home lab set up because you have money, whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, I can get my material out there to someone who I can help, and it doesn't matter the creed, race, religion,
Yeah.
gender. None of that matters online.
Right.
We're all user 2567889 whatever, and I think that is one of the cooler parts of social media. And I hate the gatekeeping of knowledge.
Oh,
I think that's a
don't even get
bane
me
in IT,
started.
and
Don't even get me started.
it, it
Ah.
it hurts like it hurts everyone in IT. It
Yeah.
hurts
Oh
everyone in IT,
yeah.
but I think it
Oh
especially
yeah.
hurts the younger kids who are literally just trying to better their lives.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
career
Hmm.
education,
Hmm.
like literally, if you're a 20-year-old kid trying to get a job, man, you just want to have a job to like have a good life, to
Yeah.
have a roof over your
Exactly.
head, and to
Yeah.
food that you can afford and clothes that you want.
Yeah.
Like those are basic ass needs.
Facts.
And to gatekeep information that would stop someone from bettering their lives, to getting
Hmm.
in a position that could actually help them, pisses me off. Like putting
Absolutely.
it behind a paywall, putting it behind like, yeah, you
Hmm.
need to join my club, and you pay $20 a month, and
Yeah.
every month I'll meet with you for
Yeah.
10 minutes and I'll talk to you about my thing. Like I don't ever
Hmm.
want to do that. That might
Yeah.
work for some
Fuck
people. There
yeah.
might be some people who can afford that and get value out of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But me personally, I never want to put a monetary value on my audience. I
Let them
will
fucking
sell
know,
myself
Kevin.
to
Let them
vendors.
know.
Like
Yeah.
I will.
Hmm.
That's where I take money from vendors. I do sponsored
Yeah.
content,
Yeah.
but I have yet to take a single cent from any of my viewers, my followers, and I don't ever want to. I don't ever want to
Respect.
my followers to be a commodity to
Sure.
make money off of them. So that's
Respect.
my biggest goal right there is just to make free, non-gatekeeping educational content to anyone who can watch it.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, that was
No,
a bit of a
you
rant. That was a
no,
bit of
that's
a soapbox,
okay.
but
That's okay, man. That's why you're here, man. Adjacent node unfiltered. I like it. I like it.
I tell you, I'm passionate about it. Like I
Yeah,
really,
oh
it
yeah.
really it matters a lot to me.
No, that's good, bro. I mean, you can tell that you are passionate about it. So like that's crazy. I think the way you have it set up is cool too, to where since you're able to sort of make money outside of your audience, it allows you to just essentially give people free game all the time, which I think is super dope. Granted, I'm not quite there yet. I haven't like paywalled information. I do like sort of life coaching stuff to where like I help some
Hmm.
guy, get out of a rut. I helped him get back on track, that sort of thing. But I aspire to be in a
Yeah,
position where I can just make content, give people free game as much as possible and get paid by like sponsors or just view counts in general because your audience
yeah, for
is
sure.
who freaking builds you up, man. Your audience is
Hmm.
who is there supporting you from like day one, and you'd be nowhere without them.
Yeah,
So it's important to give back to them as
community is
much as
everything.
possible. Yeah.
But and I want to clarify, like it's not that's my own
Yeah. No,
philosophy and my
totally.
own passion,
Totally.
right? I
Yeah.
don't look down on anyone who
Hmm.
charges or makes money from their audience, like
Yeah.
because if people are willing to pay it
Yeah.
and you provide a value,
Hmm.
that's consent both ways.
Yeah.
That's
Totally.
completely fine. You're not doing anything wrong there. It's
Yeah.
just my personal value. I hate taking money
Totally.
from normal people.
I get
That's
you.
my value. It's my thing that I'm sitting on. But yeah,
Hmm.
I don't look down, or I'm not saying not to do that. It's not for
Yeah. No,
everyone.
I
Um,
wasn't I wasn't trying to like however you say, like trying to rationalize it or whatever, but
Rationalize. Yeah,
yeah, I wanted to say because you
yeah.
when I started this journey, like what you were saying is my goal, right? I want to get there, but
Mhm.
along the way for now, I think just for me to like keep producing at the level I am, it's helpful to sort of help people along the way as well. And I tried my ass off to
Yeah, yeah,
make what I sell fucking awesome. So, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I get crap a lot for not selling things,
Oh, I can
and I
imagine.
have people who want to buy things from me. They're like,
Mhm.
please, like, do you have a CCNA course? I will pay you.
Oh
Please make
man.
it.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
give you money. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I maybe like I can see it maybe in the future because
Yeah. Once you got more time,
I mean,
right?
yeah, you should get paid for your value, right?
Totally.
And if
Yeah.
you spend an hour with someone giving them free advice or giving them advice, skill out stuff, you
Hmm.
should get your value out of that. Like you should pay you for that.
Yeah.
Um, I'm special in that I have a larger audience than
Hmm.
majority of tech creators. Like
Oh
even
yeah.
I'm in a weird niche. So like
Hmm.
I only have like 275,000 followers on each of my
Yeah.
platforms.
Yeah.
But because my niche is so small, that's a
Hmm.
lot
Yeah. You're
in
the
the
big dog
networking
in
world.
there. Yep.
Um, yeah, which
Absolutely.
is weird. Like there's network Chuck and stuff, but he's like, I don't know, he's a different tier. He's
Yeah.
like
Sure.
he's all that kind of David Bombal and all those big
Yeah.
guys. But
Yeah.
um, I am in a unique position where I can make a living completely off sponsors and
Oh, that's
businesses
so
instead of
cool, man.
people.
Congratulations.
I
That's
recognize that
so
that's
sick.
also a privilege, though.
Oh, for
That
sure.
itself is a privilege.
Hmm.
So I don't forget where I was going with that. But like I'm saying, oh, in the future, I might take like if I do create a course or something like that, then
Yeah.
I could see myself possibly selling that.
Hmm.
But again,
You
I
should,
I
man.
don't know.
Yeah, I think
It's
you should. I think
yeah,
since
I
you're a
mean,
teacher, bro, it's I mean it's bread and butter. It's bread and butter. You're teaching a
it is, it
course.
is,
Come
it
on.
is,
I mean, I could even see you
it is.
doing like a live course where you have people come in
Mhm.
and it's like Kevin's classroom or the Node classroom and you're like just oh that'd be
Yeah,
so cool. I'd pay for it.
yeah. One day, if if I ever quit my day job and I'll have more
Yeah.
time, maybe.
Oh
But
yeah, sweet.
it's, dude, content is such a drain, like time drain between filming and like scripting it out and editing and like it's just a lot.
What's your
It's a
process like?
20-hour a week job. Um, so I try to batch record as much as I can.
Oh really?
And
Okay.
so Yeah, like during the week, I'll usually script some stuff out. Like, a lot of my ideas come from my job
Right.
where I'll have a junior ask me a question. I'll be like, oh, that's a good question. Let me make a content about it. Or I'll find this
Hmm.
weird thing that happened, or I'll get reminded, like, oh, man, I remember when I first started, I had no idea what this plug was. So I'm
Yeah.
going to make a video about this plug, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. Anyway, so I take that throughout the week. And then by like today, Fridays, we're filming on a Friday.
Yeah.
I will have a couple scripts that I've done and I'll
Hmm.
batch record on like a Friday evening, whatever, and just bang out
Ooh,
like
that's smart.
6 or 7 videos.
Okay.
And I've gotten to a point where I hire an editor now because,
Okay.
I'm all fancy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I
Oh
send
yeah.
those off to the editor. He
Yeah.
edits them for me. And so like it's a lot easier. My process is a lot easier where I don't have to
Sure.
edit as much. I still
Yeah.
edit a little bit
Hmm.
because he does take like 2 weeks to get them, and sometimes I need a fast turnaround.
Totally. Yeah.
And I'll do it myself. But yeah, for the most part, it's batch recording as much as possible and not editing as much as possible
I
because
gotta get
editing is
on
the
that.
worst.
I gotta get onto that train, man. I know you're somewhat familiar with my content. I try to make it as easy as possible. So I just pick up the phone
Yeah,
and try to force myself to
just
think
yap.
of an idea and just go nuts for a minute. And
Yeah.
I don't know, since I'm so used to that, it's been so hard for me to step out of that bubble and make something a little more thoughtful or like well produced or just that requires more effort. So like, do you have any advice for that?
Well, it's a slow process. Like if you go back into my videos like 3 years ago, I was doing what you're doing now.
Oh,
Like
really?
literally just like responding to comments and just having a phone up and just talking like
Hmm.
after work, I sit down for an hour and just like make a video.
Okay.
And so but it evolved into higher production. And I'm a tinkerer with
Yeah,
everything in my life. And so
totally.
like I would go, okay, I'm doing this phone thing. How can I make this easier or look better? I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna buy some lights. So I
Hmm.
get some lights and be like, okay, all right, well now the lights look good, but I'm still using my phone. Maybe I'll get a camera. And then
Right.
I do it on the camera. I'd be like, you know what would be really easy if I had a teleprompter. That way I could like
You
see
have a
the bullet points of what
teleprompter?
I'm saying. So yeah, I'm looking
Oh,
at you right now
oh,
through my
really?
camera with my
No
teleprompter.
way.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
way. Oh, that's
yeah.
sweet.
Um,
Okay.
I don't do it word for word, but like it really
Yeah.
helps if you're like doing numbers or
Oh,
like any
yeah,
kind
sure.
of bullet points. It keeps me on track because I am a rambler.
Yeah. Oh,
So if I
yeah.
don't have that up there, I will spend 45 minutes on one
Oh,
topic instead of hitting like the
that's
four that I want to do or something.
that's such a good idea.
Oh.
I'm writing that
But yeah,
down.
so like I keep getting more and more, and my production kept building and building. So now my videos look like the way they do. But yeah,
Hmm.
when I first started, it was just me yapping at a phone and answering questions. And
I
I
got you.
wanted my own, like, I wanted more. I was, I watched like Network Chuck and David Bombal and those
Hmm.
the big guys who do this stuff. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to be them one day.
Hmm.
So I need to work towards it looking like that.
I
And
got you. So yeah, you're just
that
a
was like
copier.
my main goal is
Yeah. Not a copier,
not,
but like you
yeah, that
like
sounds bad.
yeah, it does. You're stealing like an artist. There you go. Stealing like an artist.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I look at it's modeling success, right? So,
Yeah, I mean everyone does it. I do that shit too. That's how you
yeah,
do it.
like if you want, no matter what career, what job you're doing, if you look at someone and go, okay, that person's really successful. What
Yeah.
are they doing? And then
Hmm.
you try to
Yeah, exactly.
mirror what they're doing because you say, okay, those habits and those things got them to where they are now. Whether
Correct.
that's a content creator or the CEO of your company. If
Right.
they wake up at 4 a.m., answer emails, hit the ground running,
Hmm.
maybe try that and see if that works for you. And that could be
Yep.
part of what makes them successful, that kind of stuff. So
Absolutely.
I just do that with all parts of my
So
life.
speaking of that, I wanted to ask you about kind of you personally. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think has been your edge throughout the years that has made you so successful at your job and at this content game? Because I feel like you're someone who's unique in a sense to where, yes, they make a great income from their content, but they are still working. And so it must be very, I don't know, taxing and like sort of time consuming to do, you know, the full-time job as a network architect with which is not easy, folk. It's a brain racking
It's a
job.
lot of meetings.
And
It's a lot
then
of meetings.
yeah, yeah, there you go. And then also being someone who's in the upper echelon of content that has, puts out videos almost daily, that has brand deals all the time, that is going to live events, interacting with comments, all that stuff. So, what about
Mhm.
you do you think what about you do you think that has allowed you to perform at such a level for this amount of time?
Well, it, man, it's a good question. I think I'm a little crazy
You
and
gotta
that I'm
be.
obsessive. Like,
Gotta be.
um, I I can't let things go. I can't
Ooh.
just like not do something. Like if I'm
Okay.
gonna do it, I want to do it all the way. Like
Hell
content,
yeah.
right? I'm
Sure.
gonna like I don't want to just like have my phone on my and do that and just be fine with that the rest of my life. That could work for people, but
Hmm.
for me, I want to keep improving no matter what. No matter the next video, I want to be better. I want to say those lines better. I want to, get more emotional. I want to like keep trying different things. I want to try different lighting, maybe,
Hmm.
different angle of the phone, a different hook. Maybe I'll have a thing in my face, those little
Yeah.
like put this a microphone in front of your face instead of having that. Like
Yeah.
I keep trying and tinkering to see what works better, and I'm not okay with the status quo, and that's true with my normal job too. That's true with every aspect of my life. My wife, we're working on that in therapy actually, to like hone it down a little bit
Oh,
because
no
I do
way.
I do that all aspects of my life. So
Oh,
like
really?
I
Oh,
will
man.
be working on a project at work, and like if I'm in the office and I'm working on this project, I literally don't look at the time, and it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. And I'm still at home.
Oh,
My wife's like,
wow.
"Where the hell are you? You're supposed to pick
Yeah.
the kids up 2 hours ago, and they haven't
Oh,
seen
God.
like
Oh,
I
man.
get lost in what I'm
Yeah,
doing, and
totally.
so it's not always a good thing. It's you have to have some balance and that kind of stuff. But I think
Yeah.
that is a superpower of mine that I've had is
Hmm.
I continually strive to be better and to have change and to not be okay with just status quo.
Do you think it helps
So
that it's also in the two things you like love doing? Do you think that plays any
oh yeah.
like aspect
Well,
to it at all?
interesting enough, I had this conversation with Alexis like last week,
Oh, really?
and it
Oh,
comes
shit.
down to I
What was that?
think burnout.
Oh,
Like
okay.
where if you're doing something that you're passionate about, that you actually like, you're
Yeah.
doing that a lot, you
Hmm.
won't burn out. Burnout happens when you're doing something you don't want to do, doing
Absolutely.
something that does not bring you joy. And so if it's a pain, it's draining. But if you're doing something that you're really passionate about, that you really love,
Hmm.
it's not a drain. It builds you up. Like if you're into video games, right? If
Yeah.
you love video games, you can
Hmm.
play video games for like 12 hours and be like, whoa, I don't know what the hell happened, but I've been in my
Yeah.
underwear playing video games the last 12 hours. And like,
Yeah.
I don't feel bad. I
Yeah.
feel pretty darn good,
Yeah, it was fun.
But if you
Yeah.
were
I'm energized.
yeah,
Yeah.
but if you were studying for 12 hours, if you were like doing something, like if you were mowing the lawn for 12 hours, you'd be like, "Oh God, today sucked."
Hmm.
It's you get drained by doing the things you don't like to do. So that's where if I hated networking, if I hated my job, I would be burned out. I would
Yeah.
not be making content number one because I wouldn't want to make content about something that I'm not passionate about because
Right.
that just seems stupid. That just seems
Hmm.
like a drain to me. Like
Yeah.
if you don't actually like what you're talking about, then you shouldn't talk about it, in my
I
opinion.
agree. I agree.
Um, but like my normal job, I would not be successful today if I didn't like networking. If
Hmm.
my real passion was something else and I was just kind of phoning it in at work, I would not be a network architect right now. I would
Right.
have probably stopped at like maybe network engineer because of the money, but I would not want to. I would not want more responsibility. I would not want more anything because I don't want more of something I don't like.
Hmm.
So, I mean, the 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 adage is like, if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, that kind of thing. And it's
Yeah.
super easy to say that.
Yeah.
But I'm just honestly just lucky that I have something that I love and I'm passionate about
Totally.
because I feel like that's really hard to find. I think
Absolutely.
most
I
people
mean,
don't have that.
that's something I struggle with too right now. I'm still, trying to figure out exactly what that is for me. And
Mm,
honestly, you sort of going into that and sort of, I don't know, it kind of shifted something in me a little bit to where like, because there are some sort of things that do get me sort of obsessive and locked in and stuff, but I don't think I've gotten that yet from a job or
mm.
like really anything lately as an adult. So it seems very it seems like that's sort of the takeaway, at least for me, that if you are able to find a few things that you just love, like I'm talking just
Mhm.
really could go all in on, that's probably what you should be focusing your attention to, right? You think that's
Yeah.
the secret and being a tinkerer.
I mean, it's hard to do though. Like,
Yeah. Oh,
it's
100%.
I,
Yeah.
I say it but I say it fully knowing that the majority of people will never find that. Like
Hmm.
it's really and be able to make money from it. They have their
Sure.
passions,
Yeah,
they
100%.
love bird watching or whatever.
Yeah.
Good luck making money from bird watching.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
the
shoot,
salesman in
content.
me
Yeah, content.
says, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the salesman in me says, like,
Hmm.
no matter what your passion is, you can find a way to sell
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
like I follow this one person on TikTok and Instagram. She's an actress or former actress. She now
Hmm.
teaches people how to act on camera for social media.
Oh, sweet.
And she teaches classes and she makes like she takes money from her audience. That's her
Hmm.
thing. But like
Yeah.
that's what she
Yeah,
does. And
that's
now
her
she's
thing.
able now.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Side
she's one of
actors.
those. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But she's made a living now, and
Yeah.
that's her job is
Hmm.
acting classes for social media people.
Oh,
So she
sweet.
took what she enjoys doing and
Hmm.
found a way to make money from it in a niche that
Hmm.
was lacking. Content creation is growing. It's a growing field, and there aren't people in there. There's a lot of people telling what hooks you should do and how you should do this and this, but no one's really talking about how you present yourself on camera, how you talk,
Ooh,
how
that's
you
cool.
emote, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
so that's her angle. She found a passion and a way to make money from it, and something that was missing in the market. And
Totally.
so, like, if you have your passion, if video games, man, Twitch streaming is a thing now.
Hmm.
Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's oversaturated. There's a
Big
crap ton
time.
of people doing it.
Yeah. But
But
there's
if you're passionate about it and you put the hours in,
hmm
you can
yeah.
do it.
And there's not a lot of good ones. There's a lot of shit ones. So if you can stand
Yeah.
out and tinker, like you were saying beforehand,
Hmm.
you'll probably end up
Yeah.
doing pretty good. You could probably make a living off it. Easier said than done,
Yeah.
obviously. But shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to tinker. You have to it sounds bad, but like you have to kind of hate yourself a little bit. Like if you love
Yeah.
yourself, if you look at
Yeah.
your video, like your
Yeah.
your first video, you're like, man, that
Man,
that
I
was
look
good. I
great.
love
Yeah.
that.
I
Yeah,
love getting like
like
300
there,
views, man. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you're
Yeah.
satisfied with that,
Yeah.
then it's not going to work out for you
Yeah.
probably.
100%.
But like, luckily
100%.
for me, I hate myself. I hate my voice. I hate everything. I hate how I
Yeah.
look. So
Yeah.
like every video, no matter how good it looks, I will
Yeah.
find something in that video that I absolutely hate and want to change.
Oh,
And so
100%.
I keep
100%.
changing, keep going. And
Hmm.
so as long as you're not satisfied, as long as you want that improvement, I think that
Yeah.
you will get there. It's
Hmm.
just don't be satisfied.
Yeah. And
Be like,
like,
what's that? I'm sorry. My brain
no,
works
you're
in
good.
weird ways where like
You're
I
good.
associate things I say to like movies and
Oh,
plays.
yeah. That's cool.
And then I can't like let it go unless I think of like what I'm talking. And
Go
it's
for it. Yeah.
Hamilton.
Think of it.
He's never satisfied. Like there's that song in Hamilton. I don't know if you know it.
No, I
So
don't.
that's a song playing in my head right now. Oh, you
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Oh, well, you should watch
Gotcha.
Hamilton. Great
Hamilton.
show.
Okay.
Great
Okay.
show.
Well, I think shoot, we're about an hour. I don't want to take up too much more of your
Already?
time. Yeah,
Holy
see?
crap!
Yeah,
This
dude.
goes by so much faster than when I'm a host.
Well, shoot, man, you probably got a whole structure, routine and stuff, and I just wanted to let
Yeah,
Kevin
it's a
be
whole.
Kevin.
No, I appreciate that. This was
Yeah.
fun.
Well,
I
shoot.
forgot we were recording. We were just having a conversation.
That's right, man. Well, let me wrap things up here. Well, I got two questions for you. One, what is if you could tell some like anyone one sort of message to give a shot or like, inspire anyone to do one thing in their life, like right now as they're hearing it, what would that thing be?
Don't say no to things. Like say yes and try everything. Like even if you don't think you'll like it, even if it's a pain in the ass, there's a project at work with a new technology that's coming up or something like that. Say
Hmm.
yes to it because
Hmm.
you won't ever find your passion. You won't ever find what's really if you knock things out before you even try them. If I
Absolutely.
had said I don't want to troubleshoot underneath that desk and that switch and the hub and all that kind of crap, I would
Hmm.
never be where I am today. But I said yes, I'll give it a shot. I'll try
Hmm.
it. I don't know if it'll work. I don't know if I can fix it, but I'm going to try it. So my biggest advice to anyone is, don't say no without at least giving it a shot.
Wise words from the big dog. All right, hold on. Two more questions actually. Thought of one more be in between. What are your
You got it.
tattoos right here?
So these are terrible tattoos. This is a Buddhist endless knot of love and wisdom. I got this in college
Okay.
when I was going through like this crisis of I hate everything. I don't have any passions. I
Yep, been
can't,
there.
I have no idea what I want.
Been there.
So I thought detachment was probably the way to go, where, if I don't like life, then being detached from life sounds pretty good.
Oh,
Sounds pretty
Kevin,
good.
we're kind
So
of we're similar, Ben. We're similar, man. I did the same shit in college.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I went down this Buddhist path, and so this is a
Oh,
Buddhist
you. Oh,
symbol,
I didn't
and
go
then
Buddhist though.
yeah, well, I was trying to find some kind of meaning.
Yeah,
If you
totally,
don't,
totally.
so religion is one of those things, but then religion has a whole connotation of like, it's not so not so loving all the time.
Sure. Yeah.
And I'm not one of them. So anyway, so I found
Yeah.
Buddhism for a little
Hmm.
while. So of course, the first thing I do is get a tattoo for Buddhism. Be like, I am
I
identified.
love
I am
Buddhists.
I am in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So
got you.
so that was that phase. And
Okay.
then I have a winking alien that wasn't
Oh
supposed to be
yeah.
winking.
Oh.
This was Friday the 13th. I was drunk in Ybor City, which is like the party area where I'm at.
Hmm.
And it was Friday the 13th, so it's like a $13 tattoo, and it was a
13
little
bucks?
little
Oh
alien.
wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Not
it's a
bad.
Friday the 13th, so you get a
Yeah. Oh yeah.
$13 tattoo.
Oh yeah. Got you.
And the guy who gave it to me was also drunk, and so he only has one and a half eyeballs. He's supposed
Hmm.
to have two.
Hmm.
But yeah, so these are my crappy tattoos. I'm actually 2 weeks from now. I'm getting a new tattoo on this arm
Ooh, what are you
from
getting?
an actual artist, Icarus. So I don't know if
Icarus.
you know Greek mythology at
A
all.
little bit. I gotta
He
look
is
it up
the
quick.
I can tell you the story. It's good.
Oh yeah, let's
I
do
can tell
that.
you he's the guy that stole fire from gods. So
Oh,
he
okay.
was a Titan, so he wasn't a real god, and he went up to Zeus and to Mount Olympus and stole fire and gave fire to humans.
Oh,
And
sweet.
so to me, fire represents technology, represents progress, right?
Yeah.
And so this dude defied the gods and brought technology to humans. And so that's where like
Oh, that's
that I'm
sick.
getting like a
Yeah.
eventually
You
a
getting a
full
sleeve?
sleeve. It starts with him,
Ooh,
and
okay.
it'll have like Zeus and like him fighting Zeus and like
Oh,
technology themes
that's
and all
gonna
that
be
stuff.
sweet.
So
That's gonna be
I'm
sweet.
gonna that'll be my right arm, and then my left arm's gonna be these crappy little like college
The
tattoos.
drunk tats, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. What are you wearing on the wrist? Hold up. I see you're a watch guy. What
Oh,
you got
the
on?
Tissot
Okay.
PRX.
Nice.
If I can, I'll
Oh
take
yeah.
it off
I'll
for you.
take mine off too.
All right, yeah. So this is actually pretty new. I just recently got into mechanical watches.
Oh,
I was
beauty.
always like a Apple Watch kind of guy,
Oh yeah.
and I decided that I hate having notifications consistently
It's
being
distracting.
on my wrist.
Distracting. And
Yeah,
they're not as pretty.
so I made the jump.
This is mine. This
What
is
do you got?
my Seiko Presage Japanese Zen Garden.
Oh,
Yeah, I love this thing.
I love Seiko. Like
Yeah, they're the
they
best.
like if you're not gonna do Swiss,
Yeah.
like Seiko is like
Oh
the
yeah.
right next there.
Oh, big
I
time.
love it.
Me too. Okay.
Yeah.
Final question.
My
Oh, go
first
ahead.
automatic watch was a Seiko um crap, what is it? It's the green ah it's in a box next room over. It's like the one with the compass on it. Dang it. It's like
Oh,
the
I know
one of
what
their
you're
most
talking about.
famous.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the field it's their field watch, which is like one of the most popular Seiko watches. But anyway, sorry.
Okay. No,
I
you're
could talk
good.
about watches all day, so we
Oh,
can't be
okay.
here too
Maybe
long.
next pod. But so is there anything that you would like to plug, sir? Is there anything you got coming up that you're super pumped about, or anything you just want to share that?
Um
Yeah.
I mean, follow my socials. I'm adjacent node everywhere, TikTok,
Hmm.
Instagram, YouTube. I'm trying to grow on YouTube. YouTube's a lot harder.
Oh, really? What do
The
you add
long
on
form
YouTube?
content's I think 12,000 followers right now, but
Okay.
it's hard. Like long form is just harder because it's longer to edit.
Oh yeah.
It takes longer to record. So
Hmm.
it's just in general, it's a longer thing. So I haven't been digging as much into it because of that.
Sure.
But yeah, Jason Note everywhere. I have a podcast, a Life and Uptime, where we kind of talk about careers and the emotions and feelings behind their decisions in their careers and how they got to where they are. And we're
Hmm.
actually having a contest right now to bring some listeners onto the podcast to talk
Ooh.
about their largest outage they've ever been a part of
Oh,
and
cool.
how it came to be, how it affected them, and that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So that's their biggest project right now, where we're trying to get people on and talk about outages, the fun horror stories that
Oh yeah,
happen.
no, that sounds fun, dude, for sure. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, guys.
Yeah.
So you heard the man. You better go follow Adjacent Node and Life and Uptime on socials and tune in. Kevin makes some of the best tech related content on the platform. He's one of the he's been someone who's been like supportive of my whole journey as well since like pretty early on, even which is crazy because I think at the time he probably had like around the same amount of followers, like 200 some thousand, and he was supporting a little guy just like me. He does it for the love of the game, I think, which is super cool.
Well, it's again like that's another thing I'm like passionate about is content creation and helping people. I
Hmm.
think because you're making content that are going to help other people,
Yeah,
I want to help you
help other
make
people.
the best content you can because you're helping other people. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like it's in like the more content creators we get in tech who are giving actual advice, real life, they work in tech, giving
Hmm.
advice about technology that
Hmm.
helps people. Like I'm all for that. Like I'm not one of those people who are like, I don't want any more creators because I want to have my little
Yeah.
niche all to
Yep.
myself. And I'm the
Yep.
opposite. Like, yeah,
Hmm.
everyone create content, please.
Fuck
If you
yeah.
can help people get jobs, if you can help people advance their career, make their lives better, do it, man.
Hell
So
yeah. All
that's
right.
why I
Hold on,
help as
man.
many people as I can.
All right, sir. You got to smile for the camera real quick. All right. And that is just about all I got for you, man.